Good afternoon, everyone. It's Carol Featherstone with Cooking by Carol at the Beach. I am so excited that I am able to be with you again. My husband has been very ill and has been in the hospital a long time, and now he's home and doing much better. So now I'm able to get back out and do the things that I need to do to help everybody with their cooking. My cookbook is in the process of being made, and we are definitely going to get finished hopefully very soon. We've sent the first pictures into the publisher, and this cookbook is taking much longer than we anticipated, but it's okay because when you see it, you are going to love it. It's just so much more than I ever dreamed it would be. And so I can't wait to tell you about it and show you some of the things in some of the upcoming live segments that we're going to do. Today I am making something that my husband said this morning everybody knows how to do. Well, everybody doesn't know exactly how to do it, and I'm making deviled eggs. I have a function at the church tomorrow, and I wanted to make sure that everybody that loves Southern food would know how to make deviled eggs. So today that's going to be our focus, and I hope that you all can see exactly what I'm doing. I boiled these eggs yesterday, and the eggs are an important part of the deviled egg process. And one of the things that people do, I put the eggs in it very gently, put it on high. When it started to boil, I turned the stove off, put a lid on it, and put a timer for 15 minutes. So if you do that, your eggs are going to come out really great. So I took them, I poured the boiling water off of them, I filled it up with cold water, and I started just taking the egg like this, with the shell on, and just doing like this on the side of the pan, where you're actually getting cracks all over the eggs. And then you peel them in the cold water, and that way you can have a little bit of a choice of how you peel it, and that it's going to come off easy without having the pop marks in them, which doesn't look very good on the eggs. So anyway, this is how they came out. They all came out really pretty and nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the knife, and we're going to take the egg, and we're going to cut it in half like this. And then you're going to take the inside of the egg, the yellow part, all of it, and then you're going to put it in a bowl like this. And everybody needs a deviled egg plate. This is what it looks like. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, but I've had these for many years, and these hold a dozen eggs, and then you can put more in the middle, but I usually put some pickles or something in it just to make it look pretty. But anyway, that's what you're going to do. And we're going to take each one of the eggs, cut them in half, and there we go, putting them into the deviled egg plate. And one side is usually a little bit smaller than the other side. And this carrier that I had actually came from eggs that I purchased at Sam's, and I kept the carton because it's really easy to carry the eggs without having to worry about them getting, broken or anything. So tomorrow is the board meeting for our Presbyterian women at First Presbyterian Church in Myrtle Beach. And I am helping to do refreshments for our board meeting. This will be our last board meeting of the year, and we're hoping everybody will be there and will be able to enjoy part of what I'm fixing. Last night, I fixed a praline cake, and I almost brought it with me today, but I decided no, it was too much to carry, but it's a large one, and it's one of some of my friends' favorite cake. So I said, well, I'll make it. Makes a big cake, and it's delicious. It has a coconut and nut and butter, brown sugar topping on it, and boy, folks, it is delicious. So maybe that recipe is also in the cookbook, and one of these days I might make that for you so you can see how it operates. Okie dokie, almost got these done. Many of you have asked me or have said to me, oh, you have the most beautiful kitchen. Well, it is not my kitchen. It's friends of mine, Mark and Jason, and Mark is in the media business and does a fabulous job. He created my website, he created my logo, and when you get a chance, go to my website, cookingbycarol.com, and you can see Mark's fabulous work that he does. And if you ever need anybody to build a website or do a logo for you, he is the one to call. Mark Killam, and if you look, you will find him on Facebook, and he does, as I said, a fabulous, fabulous job. So I don't know what I would have done without Jason and Mark, and they're so kind to let me continue to come and work out of their kitchen so you don't have to see the back of me. You can see the front of me. Okay, we've got all the eggs in the thing. And I'm going to put this to the side. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the egg yolks that have been boiled, and we're taking a fork and we're just going to take it and we're going to mash up all of the egg yolks. You see some green, some eggs you see green on the sides, some you don't. These do have some green on it, but once you mash it up, you can't tell it that much. Some people would just put these in a food processor, and that's okay too. It makes it go a little bit faster, but this morning I didn't want to have to load all that up to bring it, and I didn't want to have to bother Mark to get his. So just want to make that you have fine pieces and you don't have big pieces like this in there. You want to make sure that they're done up fine with your fork. And you're going to find in my cookbook, there's loads and loads of things that I make that I use my hands. And I don't know how some people do without using their hands when they cook, but this is one thing. I can just take my hands and do it like this and make sure you've got all of the knots out of it. And you have a pretty consistent, fine put together. And you'll see that when you use your hands, it's a lot easier to get it all done up without the pieces being so large, because you don't want it to be that way. Okay, I think we've got it pretty much done. Let me wash my hands off real quick. Mark always has a container of warm soapy water in his sink, which makes it nice. Okay, so now to these, I did 12 eggs, and there is, when you cut them in half, you're going to have 24. So this is 24 egg yolks in this. So to it, you're going to add about a cup of mayonnaise. And you just kind of have to feel around with the mayonnaise. Okay. And I'm going to take my spoon and I'm going to stir this all like this. Make sure all the egg yolk is incorporated. Now, we're going to put some mustard in here. Always when you have mustard, if it's been in the refrigerator a little while and you haven't used it in a while, it'll have some liquid in it, and when you squeeze it out, if you don't shake it up, you're going to find that liquid's going to come out, and that's not what you want it to do. So I'm going to do 3 squeezes of mustard. Okay, now I'm going to take pickle relish, and we're going to start with a heaping tablespoon and 2 heaping tablespoons of pickle relish, and that's sweet pickle relish. We're going to stir all this up together. And I don't drain the juice because the juice makes it really good, makes it consistent. And see, it's gotten to where it's a lot softer now since you put the pickle relish in it. Okay, Mark, could I have a little bit of salt and pepper?
Sure.
Just tell me where it is.
Right in that cabinet.
Right here.
Yep.
Here it is. Okay, so you're going to take, I just take a pepper shaker and just shake it in there till you get it to where you kind of want it. That's about how much I put in mine. So you can see that. And then you want to add a little bit of salt, not a whole lot. You don't want it too salty. But then you can stir all this in together. Mix it up. And now you've got what you need to do this. Now, I take 2 small spoons, because I'm going to turn this around this way. This back where it belongs. Okay, now I'm going to take this by spoonfuls. You take about this much. So, as I said, some of the eggs halves are deeper than others. When I catered, I always had different tubes and different things that you can squeeze it in here with a cake decorating tube and make it really pretty. But when you put the pickle relish in it, unless you have a big tip on the end of your bag that you're using, that you put the stuff in, it's not going to go through it. So if you ever want to make it squeezy looking and make it a little more elegant, then you can always put a pastry tube in a bag, as I said, a large tube, and then you can squeeze it in and make it look really pretty. So you see, this is not difficult to do at all. And you just, okay, we've got that one done. And to save on time today, I'm just going to do this one plate. I have taken olives and cut them in half. And I place an olive on the top of each of the eggs. So it makes it look a little more decorative and inviting. You always want to do things to make your food look inviting. And so that is that. Now, I like paprika on the top of them, so I sprinkle just a little bit. The holes in this particular one are a little bit larger than I like, but at any rate, you can sort of see what the paprika, how it makes it look, and you don't have to put paprika on yours if you choose not to. Some people don't like it, but I think it makes the eggs look really pretty. And so there you have it. That is how you make deviled eggs. And these eggs are always at a picnic. They're always at a homecoming at a church. They're always where I have at my house when I have fried chicken and pimento cheese sandwiches and things that you would take on a picnic. Many nights I fix for my family. And these are always part of the meal. So from my heart,